Hey lovers, welcome to today's 101 episode of the Cuppa with Katie show. So great to be with you from my lounge room. Boomer's just joined us. Hello, Booms. You can say hello. There he is. Say hi. You say hi. You like the fire, don't you? So we've lit a beautiful fire today because there's the fire. It was pouring with rain all morning and freezing. And now, just as I've gone live, the sun's come out and it's absolutely beautiful. So I might even go for a walk after this because Boomer and I, say hello, Booms. Come on, be social. Say hello. Boomer and I missed out on our big walk this morning because he hates the rain. Don't you, darling? He hates the rain, but he likes lying in front of the fireplace. So as you're joining live, say hi. I'd love to know who I'm chatting to. And if you're here on the replay, please just type in #replay. And let's see what we'll dive into together today. I, as usual, kind of just going to wing it, which I enjoy most. So it's funny how we grow and evolve as people and businesses and so on. Whenever I used to be asked a question to answer on a live, I would prep first. Sometimes I still do, depending on the complexity of the question. I would prep first, but I found that I actually come up with my most intuitive, best answers if I do no prep at all. And I just kind of wing it and see what comes. Because sometimes I'm a very verbal person. So sometimes through just verbalizing, I come up with the answer that feels needed to come forward in the moment, if you know what I mean. So I'm very happy. Oh, Nicola's here. Hello, darling. Great to have you. Hello, hello. Anyone else live? Yeah, Caroline is here. Hello, nice to have you. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, I have a question from a Caroline this morning. I don't think it's the same Caroline, although I could be wrong. I didn't write down the surname. But somebody called Caroline emailed me and asked me today, how do you forgive the ones that have hurt you? And I think that's an awesome question because I have recently done some surveys in my community. And interestingly, I gave a lot of options on this particular question around what do you think your biggest obstacle is to calling in soulmate love in your midlife. And the highest response I got, and I can't remember right now, but it was something like, it was more than 50% of respondents to the questionnaire said they believed their biggest block to receiving soulmate love was past pain. And past pain in relationships, past pain from childhood, past pain full stop. Now, the majority was speaking to past pain in relationships. Like, I can't get over my ex. I don't trust men as a result of that experience with that person. Various pieces, lots of, everyone's got a different story, right? But the fundamental root of it was, I can't forgive. I can't move on. I can't let go and move on. I don't know how to allow somebody else in while I'm holding on to this pain. And of course, as a therapeutic coach, this is my expertise. This is what I'm predominantly helping women with, amongst other things. There's various different things that block us to calling in soulmate love. And this big piece of, I can't let go of my past. I can't trust and allow myself to receive what I want to receive. This is where therapeutic coaching comes in. This is where I work with the woman individually and support her to getting to a place of being able to release that past experience that is so weighing her down in the present moment, and releasing that past experience so that she can actually interact with people in the present from a place of, I'm responding to you in the here and now. I'm not reacting to you based on past pain that I haven't healed yet. And it's not about being perfect. It's never about being perfect. It's not about like you're not something to be fixed. We all carry pain. We all have our stuff. The degree to which we desire to move forward, though, is going to be very dependent on how willing we are to really feel our feelings around the pain, forgive, and give ourselves permission to move forward. Like, let ourselves bloody well have the life and the relationships that we really desire, and get to a place of believing that we really do deserve that it's okay to drop the guilt, to drop the whatever it is around that for you. So let me just continue saying my hellos. Kath's here. Hi, Kath. Good to have you. Helen, hello. You're stopping to have breakfast. Yeah, that's a late breakfast. I'm actually just realizing I'm going to have to move away from this fireplace because it's so hot. I'm not going to be able to concentrate. Yeah, it's a late breakfast. Caroline, oh, is your question. I'm so glad you're able to be here live then. That's amazing. Yay. Claudia, hello, darling. I can't wait to have our session soon. So excited for that. Ruth is here. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Awesome. Okay. Now, before we dive in, I'm literally going to just be a puddle on the floor in a minute. If I don't, hold on a minute. How am I going to move my table? Oh, let's just get a little bit of movement away from the fire. Let's try and calm it down a bit. Whew. It's never too hot for a cup of tea, though, is it? Anybody here in a warm climate right now? I grew up in Australia. Never too hot for a cup of tea. Claudia's looking forward to our session too. Oh my God, we're going to do juicy stuff. Okay. Right, let me engage brain. And I have a feeling, by the way, that because it's Thanksgiving week here, right? So I know some of you are in the States. Claudia, I know you're in the States. Anybody here in the States celebrating Thanksgiving this week? It's a thing this week. There's a lot of chat about Thanksgiving and gratitude right now. I have a feeling that gratitude might even play a part in my answer here, because I'm a big believer that everything life throws us, every curveball, every experience, the good and the bad, the light and the dark, all of it is an opportunity for us. It's showing us something about ourselves. And right there, because it's an opportunity, I believe everything that life gives us, and this is a real shift in perspective, and when we're in our shit, it's hard to see this, and everything that life gives us is a gift of love. Because it's a gift of love because it's an opportunity for you to, through the experience, if you dare to be really brave, through the experience is an opportunity for you to know and love yourself even more. To allow yourself to become even more of your truth, your authentic spiritual self. And to not allow your humanness, your ego, your human stuff to block you from being the woman you came here to be an authentic expression of your spiritual truth. Like, everything life gives us is a gift of love, because the purpose behind it is our evolution. Does that make sense? I really believe that. Now, when I'm in my stuff, I find it really, 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 really challenging to tap into that. And I always remind myself, even if I can't feel the gift in the moment, even if I can't feel the love, even if I don't believe that life is actually supporting me right now, not shitting on me, even though I don't believe it in the moment sometimes because I'm hurting so much, I still remind myself, life is supporting you right now, even though it hurts. You're being shown something about yourself right now, even though it's really painful. And so just through reminding myself that, I'm always opening myself up to the possibility of receiving the growth. Even though I don't know the how, I'm just open to receiving. And gratitude is a great route to that, isn't it? So being grateful for the opportunity. And I think this ties in with healing. So let me go back to the question again. Caroline asks, how do you forgive the ones that have hurt you? So I'm going to top line this teaching. If you happen, Caroline, or anybody else, anyone else that wants the answer to this question, if you happen to have a copy of my book, and if you don't, grab it. It's on Amazon. It's called The Self-Love Affair, A Woman's Guide to a Daring and Mighty Life. If you type in The Self-Love Affair and type Katie Phillips, it will come up. There's a whole chapter in that book on forgiveness and processes you can follow, and a meditation you can get instant free access to that will help you through a forgiveness process. So that's a resource that's there and available to you, for the purchase of the book. Oh, who's this? Hello. Now, if you're calling me Katie, you are probably in Australia. And because you said tonight, you're definitely in Australia. So I bet this is going to be, I'm going to guess that it's Wendy. Am I right? Is it you there, Wendy? I sort of want to wait for the answer now. Okay, so forgiveness is yes, it's Wendy. I love it. Nice to have you, my friend. So good to have you. The first thing I want to say about forgiveness is forgiveness is the capacity of, forgiveness is a function even of the heart and soul. That's the first thing we need to remember about forgiveness. It doesn't happen up here, right? It doesn't happen in our head. And I just want to, can we just breathe and receive that for a second? Because I feel that's a really important message. Because I can feel the emotion coming up within me as I say that. And when I, this is sort of how my intuition speaks to me. Like when I hit on something, I get tears. And so that feels important to remember. We don't do forgiveness from up here. Even though I just said, oh, there's a forgiveness process in my book. Your brain wants the strategy. Your brain probably goes, excellent, let me get the book and follow the process. And then I can forgive, then I can tick it off my list and move on with my life. We want that. And that's okay, because we are humans. We are here having this human experience, and we do have a beautiful brain. And yeah, we want the strategy. We want someone to say, follow these 3 steps and you're done. You can move forward. Oh, Luna's joining as well. Hello, darling. Oh, you're very fluffy at the moment. Say hello to everyone. Hello, you like the fire as well, don't you? Go on, you sit here. Good girl. So I'm going to have cat hair all over my face. Joe seems to be relating. Good morning, Karen. Lovely to have you. Yeah, I know I have cat hair all over my face. Oh, Luna. We want the strategy. And that's okay. And there is some sort of strategy. What I'm going to share is a form of strategy. But the truth is, forgiveness doesn't happen here. It happens in our heart. And it's a spiritual experience. And let me highlight, oh God, cat hair. Oh. Let me highlight the word experience. It's an experience, forgiveness. It's something that we receive. It's an experience we receive. And we know we've achieved forgiveness because we feel it, and we feel the weight lift. We feel the darkness lift. We know we've achieved forgiveness because we are flooded with love and compassion for ourselves and others. And for the compassion and love for the human experience, because it ain't easy, right? And your experience of forgiveness is going to be completely unique to you. No one can tell you how to do forgiveness. The way you experience it will be the way you experience it. And I could have a conversation with somebody that's experienced deep and profound forgiveness and moved to a place of real compassion and love. And we can relate on that because we've both experienced it, and we can share our experience of it. So there'll be a relatability to the experience and the feeling. And yet the way she arrived to it and the way I arrived to it will probably be quite different. And our actual experience of it will be probably quite different. So, there is sadly no exact roadmap. So let's just put that out there up front first and take the pressure off. Because when we decide we want to forgive, we begin from a place of desire. I think everything starts with desire. I mean, desire is this is what our feminine energy is all about. We start, any action in life begins with the inspired guidance of the feminine. It's our feminine energy that receives our intuition, and that is our intuition and receives the desires of our heart, and then instructs our masculine energy into action to make that happen for us. Everything begins with desire. So just you, Caroline, asking this question is your feminine saying, I really desire to be free of this pain. I desire to let go. I desire to move forward. I desire to forgive. So step one to forgiveness is setting that intention. It is tapping into that desire of your heart and soul. I'm ready. I want to forgive. Now, remember the prayer. I know that you, Caroline, you were on my 5-day challenge. A ton of you have been. And I say it multiple times during the challenge. The prayer to remember, no matter what it is that you want to achieve in your life, if you don't know the how, you don't know the route, but the desire is there and you're starting with that spark of desire, the prayer at that moment, when you don't know the next step, is, I really desire to forgive and let go and move forward, and I'm willing to be shown how. I desire to forgive and I'm willing to be shown how. So we start there, because like I said, your experience of forgiveness is going to be different to mine, to hers, to his. In that statement alone, and I would invite you to write that in your journal, I'm willing to forgive and set myself free. I'm willing to forgive and set them free. And I'm willing to be shown the way. I'm willing to be shown how. Write it down. Be really intentional about it. Take it from a thought and put it down onto paper. Declare it. Tell somebody else. If you're in my Love Lounge membership and you're in this place, you're going to come in and you're going to do a post and you're going to say, I'm ready to forgive my ex. I'm ready to forgive my dad. I'm ready to forgive my boss. Whatever it is, I don't know how, but I'm willing to be shown. Declare it. Declare it to God. Declare it into your journal. Declare it to the people in your world that you trust, your sisterhood, like the Love Lounge. Because instantly the ball is in motion. Yeah? Does that make sense? Is that even a saying? The wheels are in motion. You got the ball rolling and the wheels are in motion because you've connected to your desire and you're voicing it. You're not going to, you're allowing the desire free. That is massive. Energetically, please don't underestimate the intention there. It's huge. And you have no idea the wheels that get put in motion, how the universe starts to like arrange and sort itself around your desire to support you to have what you want. Because remember, like I said in the beginning, life is designed to support you. It's not trying to hurt you or hold you back. Everything that's thrown your way is a gift of love. So that would be the first step, is to get really honest with yourself. I'm willing to, because that in itself is huge, right? Because there's a really big piece for most of us to want to feel right. Like when it comes to forgiveness, we kind of don't really want to forgive because we don't really get to be right. I don't get to hold on to it. I don't get to keep being angry with you, and you deserve my anger. You treated me so badly. Committing to forgiveness means we have to rise above all of that ego stuff, and that is not easy. And the truth is, you have every right in most cases to feel your feelings, to be angry, to have resentment, to not trust that person ever again. So, of course, you don't really want to do it. But here's the thing: forgiveness isn't letting somebody off the hook. Forgiveness doesn't mean it's okay for you to do that to me again. I'm going to forgive you and let you do that to me again. Or I'm going to forgive you and let another man do that to me again. Forgiveness, that's not what it is. Forgiveness is is releasing the experience, receiving the learning from it, receiving the upgrade from it, the spiritual upgrade from it. It's forgiveness allows us to be grateful for the learning. Forgiveness allows us to not be available to be put through a situation like that again. Forgiveness means that, because while we hold on to it, we are an energetic match for that to happen again. We don't want it, but if we're energetically holding on to it, we are a vibrational match for that same experience or something similar or something that has us feel the same way that that experience had us feel. We have to let it go from our aura, from our energy. Otherwise, something about that is going to be a vibrational match to something similar or to feeling the way that it had us feel. We don't want to feel like that. So we have to forgive, to let go and move on. It doesn't make it okay what happened. It doesn't let the person off the hook necessarily. You know what I mean? Like it lets them off your hook, because you're not going to like have them. I'm getting this visual right now. It's almost like you've got them on a hook and you're dragging the carcass of this person around with you everywhere you go on this hook, and it's heavy, and it's literally a drag, and it's getting a bit stinky. It's not nice. It's super unpleasant on every level to have to look at it, to feel it, to carry the weight of it, to smell it. It's like, let it off the hook. It does not make it okay what happened. It doesn't mean you're allowing it to happen again. It doesn't mean you ever have to trust that person. I have forgiven people in my life. I will never trust them again to be in my life in the same way. Ever. Like, they haven't changed. They are who they are. I can forgive them. I can forgive their humanness. I can have compassion and love for the situation. And I am not available for them in my life in the same way again or ever again. Some people I can forgive, and we can like come together through the forgiveness, and we can forgive each other, and our relationship can evolve and heal and move forward. Some people I forgive and let go. So that's another piece, because another reason why people struggle to forgive is they think, well, am I making it okay what they did? No, we're not making it okay. We're just not going to drag it around with us any longer. We're not going to drag it around with us and have it be the thing that stops us from having the life we want to have. Like, why give the person that hurt you that much power? When we don't forgive, the person that hurt us has the power. Oh, Boomer's dreaming. Did you hear that noise just then? That's Boomer dreaming. So this is about taking your power back. Forgiveness is about taking your power back. It's not about giving up or making it okay. So that feels important to say. And I know there's some comments, and I'll come to those in a sec. And we have to be ready to forgive. And it would be a spiritual bypass to not allow yourself to feel your feelings around the pain that was caused. It's not okay to be hurt and go straight into forgiveness because you think you're being a good girl and that's what you do to move forward, and ignore the middle bit, like the middle bit being, you really hurt me. I feel ashamed that I allowed that to happen. I feel guilt that I was in that situation perhaps again, like I've been here before and before and before, and I feel guilty, I feel ashamed, I feel embarrassed, I feel deeply sad, I feel deeply hurt, I'm so wounded, I'm so sad and miserable and upset about it, I'm so freaking angry. I'm livid, so angry that who the hell do you think you are to treat me like that? Who the hell do you think you are? How dare you? How disrespectful. I mean, right? There's like all the emotions, whatever it is for you, you have to give yourself permission to really, really feel that stuff and to allow yourself the emotional expression of it. Like, really connect with it. Cry, yell, scream, get a baseball bat and smash up a pillow, write the really revolting, ugly, angry letter with all the most disgusting, awful swear words you can possibly conjure. Write it in big black marker pen. Tear it up, burn it. Release your anger onto the paper. Allow whatever needs to come out, verbally, written, emotionally, move through it. Talk to somebody if you need to, like, that will really understand. Sit with your therapist, sit with your coach. Come into the love lounge and share with each other. Be real. Express yourself. And I don't mean like vomiting all of your pain and anger and sadness all over everybody. No, that's probably not very safe either. Emotional expression needs to be done in a very safe, private way. But if you do have someone or a group where it's safe for you to do that, then do. And yeah, safety around emotional expression is key. Is really, really key. And don't feel it, depending on the degree to, how you've been hurt and what you're forgiving, you might not want to do all of this work on your own. That's a self-responsibility always comes into play here. If you need to sit with a therapist and talk it through, book the sessions. If you need to bring it to your coach, book the sessions. You don't have to do it on your own. And a lot of this is such a private personal experience that only you can journey through it. And yeah, sometimes the pain might feel like you can't survive it. I've been there on my journey to forgiveness. Sometimes the pain, while I'm allowing myself and giving myself permission to feel my feelings around how I've been hurt, while I'm in it, sometimes I've thought, I can't survive this. It's unsurvivable. It hurts too much. But I had to journey through it to move to a place of forgiving, because you can't forgive until you have given yourself the opportunity to feel your feelings around it first. And remember, feeling is healing. It's part of the forgiveness process. That it's all part of it. So you don't just forgive. The process is the transformational process, which a lot of you already know that I teach. And if you haven't heard this before, the route to healing is 3 steps. Awareness. So becoming aware, giving yourself permission. Don't live unconsciously. Get conscious. Wake up. And notice where you've got pain or discomfort or dissatisfaction in your life. And be brave enough to declare to yourself, that's not working out for me. I don't feel okay with that. This is not sitting quite right with me. I know I'm off track somewhere. Be brave. It takes a lot of courage to create awareness. Mostly we don't want to look at it because we're scared of what's going to have to change. And the how of the change is like foreign territory, fills us with dread and fear. So we don't begin the process and we just stay in the discomfort and wonder why we feel like shit and aren't achieving our big lifelong goals and dreams and feeling the joy and the sense of satisfaction and pride we want from our lives. No, you don't get to have any of that if you don't start living consciously in a state of awareness, mindfully, even present to what is, not blinkered. So the forgiveness process requires you to move. It's a transformational process. Any healing begins with awareness. Then you feel your feelings around the awareness. It's emotional expression. You feel your feelings around the awareness, and then you wrap up the transformational process with forgiveness. And you get to forgiveness when you're ready. And a conscious, aware, empowered woman knows the difference between I'm not ready and I'm procrastinating on it. Right? I don't really, and she would check it out. Am I really just not ready yet? Or am I still in the phase of creating awareness and feeling my feelings? Or am I actually in my humanness and still want to be right? Don't really quite want to let go yet. And that's okay. We'll forgive when we're ready. If you caught my show last week, and my 100th show last week, and I shared really vulnerably about something I was going through, and how I went through a process of knowing I had to forgive myself, because forgiveness is for self as well as others often, right? And I had to forgive myself, and I went through a process of feeling like I'm not ready to. And that's okay. For a little while there, I wasn't ready to forgive myself. And actually, the awareness of that allowed me to feel my feelings around that. I felt my feelings around I'm not ready to forgive myself. That felt very vulnerable. And through allowing myself to feel that, I very swiftly moved into a place of, okay, I can forgive myself now. It's okay. But I had a lot of feelings around not being able to forgive myself. I felt sad for myself. I felt ashamed that I couldn't. Like I felt like I should be able to do that really easily. This is what I freaking teach. I couldn't. I wasn't willing to let myself off the hook for a while there. And I needed to feel my feelings around that. All the things it brought up. Once I had, before I knew it, I was able to. And that's the thing with forgiveness. Oftentimes we start with a desire and we think there's no way I'm ever going to really be ready to do that. How the hell am I going to be able to do that? And we think it's going to take ages. It's going to be forever before I'm ready. And then when I'm ready, it's going to take forever. It feels so massive. But if we really fully give ourselves permission to move through the process, awareness, emotional expression, and then forgiveness, the forgiveness often happens in a way that is so surprising and usually so much faster. Our brain tries to figure it out. But remember, forgiveness happens in a heart and soul level. And when we're operating there, things can happen really quick. We can break through barriers and blocks so quickly and move forward. Like when we're coming from here, it's pure love. Love just allows us to we can just wipe the slate clean. It's amazing. It's only fear and the ego that holds us back. I'll have a look at the comments and I'll come back to sharing a bit more on this. Nicola, I'm kind of angry with self for choosing from a broken place the wrong type of men. Really, I should be grateful for the learning. I'm pointing back to self-love, but I need to forgive myself, but it's difficult. Well, my love, I'm glad I only read that message now, because I feel like all that I've just been saying speaks to exactly that. And that's okay. You're in the process. You're here you're here on this call, opening up to the possibility of learning how to forgive. And maybe you're not grateful yet, and that's okay. So the awareness is I'm not grateful for the learning, and feel your feelings around that. You don't have to be grateful straight up. That might take some time to come to see the gift of love and all that hurt and pain, right? And yeah, it is difficult. And what if it could be easy? Just notice that belief right there, but it's difficult. Just notice that. Let's get into some conscious language, and maybe could I invite you to reframe that? Like, what if it could be easy? Maybe an affirmation that could support you at the moment is let it be easy. I'm available for my forgiveness journey to feel easy and expansive. I choose ease. Right? Some of us, most of us are so conditioned to life feeling hard and difficult, and anything to do with emotions being hard and difficult, anything to do with relationships with men being hard and difficult. Just notice it's just conditioning. And you've just learned to align with the difficulty. So part of your growth within this might be allowing yourself to discover that there could be ease around relationships or your emotions. Who knew? Wow. Could it be easy? Wow. Doesn't always have to be hard. Caroline's saying it's more not wanting to be a doormat. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be a doormat anymore. No, time to draw a line under that. Absolutely. That's not okay. That's not okay. Perhaps something within you historically has been available to be treated like that. And that part of you that was available for that is looking to be healed. And you feel your feelings around that. There might be feelings around time lost or time wasted, feelings around that you would actually allow someone to treat you in that way. Feel all the feelings. And then move into a place of when you're being treated like a doormat, there'll be forgiveness for self and the others. There'll be a double whammy on forgiveness there, probably. Yeah. And when you're ready, you'll be able to forgive. My pleasure, darling. Karen, always perfect. Kath, I feel like the person I need to forgive is myself. I was the one that left the relationship after years of us being unhappy. I feel I failed in the most important thing of my life. I can't move on. You can move on. Up until now, you haven't been able to. And from today, you get to choose. Even though I don't know how to move on, I'm willing to be shown. Even though I don't know how, I'm willing to be shown. Even though I haven't known how to forgive myself, I'm willing to now, and I'm willing to be shown. You left the relationship after years of you both being unhappy. I wonder if you leaving was the gift that you both needed. It took one of you to be brave. It took one of you. It needed one of you to step up and draw a line underneath both of your unhappiness. Maybe a shift in perspective there is that you were brave. It took real courage. It actually took a lot of love for yourself and for your partner to be able to choose to leave. Is a shift in perspective on that. How you use that experience moving forward, how the person uses that experience moving forward is up to each of you. And you aren't responsible for their ongoing happiness. The opportunity has been presented to set them free, to live a life that is happy. They are in charge of that. You have gifted them that opportunity. It might not feel like a gift, and that's not on you. That's for them to decide. We've all got our human journey, right? But I hear you, honey. I hear you. 5 years you've been waiting to forgive. Well, maybe you're ready. Maybe this today came at the right time. I didn't know until 20 minutes before I went live what I was going to speak about today. And then I remembered I had an email from Caroline saying, can you answer a question for me? So I thought I'll answer that today. Because when I come on these lives, I speak what I'm feeling in the moment, like what I feel needs to be said. Sometimes it's something personal I want to share. Oh, hello again, Luna. And sometimes I feel like it's someone's question. I get lots of questions emailed in. I don't get to answer them all. So apparently today is the day for a bunch of you. Hey, Lorraine. Good to have you. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so important. Yes. Good. Let it go, honey. Yeah, let it go. Do you know, I'm feeling like that's all I need to share on this subject today. I mean, we can go into when you've gone from awareness into emotional expression, into readiness to forgive, and the forgiveness is the function of your heart and soul. The how around that, I don't feel like I need to speak to today. I'll just top line it with, there's some strategies in my book, The Self-Love Affair, including letter writing, meditations, the Ho'oponopono prayer. That's all in the book, all of which have worked for me beautifully. Most recently, the Ho'oponopono prayer, the Hawaiian forgiveness prayer, has been absolutely profound. letter writing has always helped, like writing a forgiveness letter, whether it's to myself or the other person, has been amazing, and then burning it, releasing it. Clearing conversations can be part of the process with forgiveness, but we don't go into conversation until we've done our work first. So I feel that what I've shared today is enough. And I'm going to trust that it's landed for those of you that needed to hear it. My pleasure, Caroline. You got this. You're taking your power back. You're taking your power back. So, my darlings, I'm sending you all so much love today. For those of you celebrating Thanksgiving this week, have a beautiful celebration. We will be living in America this time next year, and I've already got American friends who have said, let's all get together. You're our new American family. So I feel like we're already planning our Thanksgiving for next year, which I'm really, really looking forward to. For those of you, Ingrid's here. Hello, honey. I'm so glad that landed. Awesome. Perfect timing as always, right? And even those that catch this on the replay, it'll be perfect timing. Pleasure, Nicola, honey. Such a pleasure. For those of you that aren't already in the Love Lounge and want to come be part of our community, you are so, so welcome to join us. The way I run that membership is that it's open all the time. You can come and join at any time. I don't know if I'll change that one day. I might. For now, it's open. When you're ready, you'll know. You'll feel the pull to come and be in my world, and the world that is full of amazing, beautiful, spiritual women who just want to live bigger, better lives. And we're in it together. And there's a lot of support in that space. There's 2 group coaching calls a month with me. There's 2 happy hour calls a month with Sarah, who's our community head of happiness. There's a very active and supportive and high vibrational Facebook group community. I do an Ask Me Anything every week. So you can ask me your questions and I will answer them on a live every single week. That's in addition to the 2 group coaching calls with me on Zoom every month. Yeah, there's tons. And we have themes and we have masterclasses. And in fact, our theme this month has been compassion and forgiveness. So, my goodness, I've just realized that. So this question, of course it is. It's just so aligned and perfect. Yeah, this month's theme is compassion and forgiveness. And we had the amazing Tom Fortis Mayer come in and do a masterclass with us a couple of weeks ago, which was brilliant. Next month's theme is relationships. And we've got Andrea Balboni coming in and running a masterclass on healthy relationships, which is going to be amazing. She's been in as a guest expert before. Sometimes I bring in experts more than once because they're so fabulous. But yeah, tons goes on in the Love Lounge, and it's a £49 a month commitment. So that's a lot of support for a small amount of money. You're so welcome to join us if you feel called, and the link is in the description. Yeah, Helen, I'm like, duh, of course. All right, loving you all. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will catch you next week. Mwah. Ciao, ciao.